Okay, we're going to start with an opening statement from Coach.
Okay, well, it was a very competitive match. I thought that, obviously, Northridge got a great start with, I think, an 8-point run against us. And, that kind of thing has not been happening to our team most of this year. So, it was a shock. We ended up losing the first set. And then they played very well. We started getting better in set 2, and we went into the locker room saying we just got to go do a little bit more to disrupt them. We made a couple of serving changes, and and it helped us. We served them a little bit tougher. We started blocking balls, and we outblocked them for the match. But then it came down to a fifth set, and that's. If you put yourself in a position where you're down 2-0, now we got to play a fifth set. We didn't play very well. We had far too many unforced errors and got blocked. And, you can't hit negative in a fifth set and win. And so, it's an unfortunate thing to happen for this team because I think this team's had a great season. They're a great group of kids, and I think they played hard. But you just can't have a fifth set like that. And that happens against, in situations like this, and we should have been better, but we weren't.
Are there any questions for Samantha or Kelsey?
You learned a lot out like this on senior year. Just talk a little bit about the season this match. You played pretty well throughout the you guys can finish as a team.
Yeah, obviously you don't want to go out first round your senior season, but I think these girls played great, especially Kelsey, and we all fought how we wanted to, just not at the right times, I think, and if we started stronger, it would have been a different outcome tonight.
Also, you can talk a little bit about your play and the big match run first of all.
It was a big match. Obviously, since we definitely want to lose first round, but it happens. I think I did well, mainly because I think our passing was well, and our defense is unstoppable. At points in the match, it was great.
You're a hard team. What would the team really blocking them as well as you do?
Well, we are a good blocking team when we set up well, and it took us a little while to get used to their tempo because a lot of the teams in our conference were really fast, so we were kind of all over the place at the beginning, but once we started setting up good blocks, I think that made it harder on them and easier on our defense. I think really what got us was at the end of that game, the fifth set, our hitting wasn't where we wanted it to be.
And we did, numbers-wise, block well. But I don't think we touch blocked. I don't think that there was part of our blocking that wasn't great. There were some holes, and it allowed their kill percentage for as well as we blocked, as many balls as we blocked, their kill percentage was still high. And so we didn't really disrupt them. They stayed very aggressive, and that allowed them to get a lot of kills in some key situations.
To the point when you guys had so much momentum in through those third and fourth sets that you thought this was going to happen. You hadn't found yourself in that hole this year.
Well, against Utah State, we were kind of in that same situation, and I know personally, going back in the locker room after the second set, that I still had the mentality that we were going to win this, and that I had faith in our team, and I think everyone else did too, and we almost pulled it off. And I think it would have been actually less of a surprise for us if we would have pulled it off, because we're used to being good endgame teams.
Go ahead.
Coach, what was said in that locker room? You guys were down 0-2. You came out in Game 3 really firing, and that was the biggest deficit. You guys won the game in Game 3. For all three of you, what was said and what was done in that Game 3 to just have complete turnaround and just be an amazing, just a game in Game 3, 4, and 5, really?
Well, it's a matter of admitting to yourself that you can't control what Northridge does, but you can control what you do. And, I felt like I have a term called we're serving too fluffy. We start to get scared because of the outcome of the game, and then we're just serving the ball in, and you're not going to beat good teams doing that, especially a team with the balance that they do. So, the big thing was, let's go back and be aggressive as a serving team and see what that gets us. And we did, and it helped. And once we started getting, some momentum, that really helped us too. And we out-hit them. I think we had 700 or something in that game. And our middles, both her and these two guys, had good matches. We needed to get more balls to them, to be quite honest. But it's not like there was a magic word or whatever. Basically, what it is we're trying to revisit situations we've been in before, so that the players feel like, oh yeah, this can happen. And that's essentially what we did. And so it did get us into a position to win a fifth game, but we didn't win it.
So Lawrence, she's been good all year, but tonight just kind of sounded what it's really going to come from.
Yeah, she's a great player. She has a great arm, good vision, plays with great maturity for a freshman. And yeah, she was very good. And Deidre was in rhythm with her. And I think sometimes Deidre knows how to use her really well, because when we get in system, we get Michelle Lawrence a good fast tempo ball when they think that one of these guys is getting it, and it opens it up.
Do we have any further questions for the players? Girls, you can go ahead and go back to the locker room. Are there any other further questions for Coach?
Yes. Yeah, Coach, I saw you talk to your setter 18-14. You called the timeout in the second set. Did you want the ball going to the middles a little bit more in those first two sets, or was it, the passing just wasn't quite good enough?
No, when I'm talking to the setter, I'm trying to tell her, because, most setters do this. They get into certain patterns that they feel comfortable with in situations, and they may not realize what's going on. I was telling her at that point that, Dree Culbert, who is a great player for us, was not having a good hitting match for whatever reason. They were digging it. They had a bead on what she was doing. And I was trying to let her know that setting Dree behind was not the best option to do. And then we talk about different patterns that we can run. A slide 2 would be good, things like that. And that's what I talked to Deidre about, is trying to get her to realize, here's numbers-wise, the numbers don't lie. Here's what's really happening. And, Deidre got into a really good pattern after the second set and was taking advantage of some athletic mismatches that we had over number 15 and over number 10 on the outside, and we were controlling the ball well enough for her to do that. Those didn't work, by the way, in the fifth set. We got blocked once in that same matchup. There was... And a fifth set is like that. It's like a lot of things can happen over the course of 4 25-point sets, but you get in that one 15-point set, and then 1 or 2 plays occur, and they change everything, and they make people doubt, And we went out and had a string of a bunch of bad hitting in the second half of the fifth set.
Do you think it's fair to say that you were a little bit unlucky being up 7-4, and then the way the rotation worked out, Michelle Lawrence ended up being on the bench at the end?
But see, if you play the game, if you play a fifth game right, it's going to go 9 rotations.
Okay.
We didn't play it right in those 3 in the middle. You know what I mean? You don't have a choice. You're going to play 6. So you start with your best 3, and in our best 3 rotations, we got up 7-3. And then Marley came up, and we didn't do so well. And that we were in those rotations for a long time. And normally you can get through those, and then Michelle Lawrence comes back up, and you finish the game with her. So normally a fifth game is going to go about 9, and so the way we set it up. So you can call it luck, or you can call it we were just bad in, we started in 6, 1, and 2, and then we got into 3, 4, and 5. We were bad. And I don't think it's luck. I think it's us not playing well in Northridge did. And that was, in those 3 rotations, it was about a 7-point differential there, I think. So I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but if we would normally have sided out at normal rate, we would end up in the fifth set with our best rotations in the front at the end, and it really didn't.
Any further questions? Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Do you think travel affected your ball control at the beginning of the game at all?
I think it's more nerves. We're in the NCAA tournament. You know, and this team's a good team, and they've done some great things this year, but this is still the first NCAA game for most of them. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it was. And the fact that Northridge serves tough. I don't want to. The thing is, it is important to say that team's very good. I mean, they're tri-champions of the Big West, which is a good conference, and they're very balanced offensively. I think we're well matched with them, but they're good. You know, they played better in the fifth set and deserve to win.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.